Hey guys, Lawrence here from Nightbringer Fitness. Today we're going to be talking about the idea of should you keep your core tight, your glutes tight, all that area during handstanding in order to maintain or improve balance. And the straight up answer is no, not to improve balance, and here's why. The idea of tightening your core, your glutes, all that type of stuff is the equivalent of standing to attention in the military, right? To look smart, look presentable and that type of thing. Standing like this is not natural, okay? And here's what we can do to demonstrate this. So stand with your feet together, okay? Just stand still. And what you'll notice after a second is that you're not actually standing still, but you're moving a fraction, like millimeters, backward, forward, side to side, all that type of stuff. This is exactly what we're trying to do in a handstand, have this level of balance. Like if I ask you, how are you standing up right now? You'd probably be like, no idea, right? You've been standing up on two legs for X amount of years, your brain's just really efficient at doing it, okay? You don't know how you're doing it, right? It's unconscious competence. Same thing on one leg, and obviously you can really feel that much more, right? Now the aim of handstands is to try and get as efficient on your hands as you are on your feet. Yeah, probably not too realistic, but you get the idea behind it. It's the same process as learning to walk when we're a child. So to demonstrate how tightening the core hinders balance, let's just do a quick exercise. So feet together, and I'd just like you to sway back and forth from your toe to your heel, and as you get more comfortable, just really see how far you can push it before you have to take a step, okay? Stay nice and loose as we're doing that, right? So nothing's tight, we're as loose as possible until we have to take a step. Now, do the exact same thing with your core tight and with your glutes, quads, all that area tight, calves tight, all that stuff. So sway back and forth. And nearly immediately fell, okay? Now imagine that in a handstand. You see how much that hinders the ability to balance? Sure, it looks smarter, right? But is it easier to balance? No. Whereas here, I'm nice and loose, I can rock back and forth, certainly to a greater extent than I would be if I was tight. Okay, so let's look at that in a handstand. And I will try to do this somewhat silent to the camera. So, go up to a handstand, way, and nice and loose, okay? And as long as the hips are in line, the feet can pretty much do whatever they want. It doesn't really matter, okay? And I can move back and forth a bit, and I'm fairly alright. Now if I tighten up, it's getting much harder to, much harder to say that I could balance, yeah? Not sure if I was that much straighter, but I certainly tightened up. My shoulders might still have been a bit more protracted than I like, but I tightened up, everything felt tight, and it suddenly got so much harder for balance, right? It might look better for a photo, it might look better in a performance. For the sake of actually balancing, absolutely harder, right? Unnecessarily harder. So this idea of tighten your core, tighten your glutes, I'll be asking why, what's the end goal of the set, what's the end goal of the exercise? If I'm trying to look tight for a performance, then yeah, sure, but if I'm trying to improve my balance, why would I want to suddenly become stiff as a board? Okay, they're even building skyscrapers on springs like that and allowing them to bend now with the wind and earthquakes, right? Why would I want to be as stiff as a board rather than free flowing like so, which enables me to have better balance? So I hope that's made some sense. I just wanted to give a bit of insight into that and how, if you are just trying to tighten your core in your handstand training, it may not be the best thing that's going to serve you long term for improving your ability to balance. Thanks very much. Speak soon.